Hi everyone, welcome back. It is still a foggy, misty evening, day. Actually, it's been really foggy all day, like haven't been able to see very far. With the rain, I haven't been able to keep up with much of the cut flowers, but I do have a special order for tomorrow. So I wanted to come out and cut some of the things that I like to keep an eye on so that they don't wilt. Specifically the yarrow and some of the basil. I think it's plenty cool enough that the basil shouldn't wilt, but sometimes the yarrow does. It's hit or miss. So I wanted to cut that a little early, see if there's any cosmos of the right stage to cut. I'll probably cut the sunflowers tomorrow. Maybe I'll cut everything tonight. Maybe I'll cut everything and let it dry inside, and then I can arrange it tomorrow morning. So I figured I would take you along. Okay, so I'm going to get started with the yarrow and the basil, see if there's any celosia I want for it, and go from there. Okay, so I have some lemon basil, some yarrow, there we go, and then a sprig, a piece, however you want to look at that, of celosia. So I think I might cut some gomphrena, and then move on to the sunflowers and such. The dog is all upset. I don't know if you can see it. There's a deer. Let me see if I can zoom in. You can see the one up on the hill. Up there. But there's one right here. Right on the edge of the corn. Kind of hidden in the trees. And the dog is all upset about it. So he's sitting back here growling at it. And it's just hanging out watching. Reasons I have a 6-foot fence around the garden. I found like one white sprig. There's probably a couple more, but the white ones I've noticed don't have like as tall of like a single stalk. I had to cut one off that was still floppy. So not sure if it's just the way the white one grows or what, but finally have one white Gomfrey I can add in. Okay, let's harvest some zinnias, and then I'm going to take the sunflowers that I want, let them dry overnight, and then I should be able to arrange them all in the morning. Hi everyone! I think my camera died last night when I was harvesting, but I was able to harvest these sunflowers, and I harvested them, let's see, I think this one's the most closed. I harvested them as close to closed up like this as possible. That way they'd have the longest vase life, and a lot of them have opened up even just overnight being inside. So I'm going to put together this order. I don't think I'm going to use any of the dahlias because they all have been open for a while, but I wanted to cut them and let them have something pretty to sit on my counter too. So let's get started. I'm going to take off more of these leaves because I don't need that much chaos going on in the bouquet. Get out of these cleaned off. This one's got a bug hole in it. So I'm going to start with these. And I have my yarrow to add in. Let's see, I have a couple different colors of yarrow. And then I will start adding in some zinnias. Add in another sunflower. So I'm going to use all 5 sunflowers in this bouquet. I like the fact that these sunflowers have stayed a bit on the smaller side. It makes them a lot easier to work into bouquets, and then I can work a couple extra in. I think these were just a generic cutting type from Walmart, but they've been really nice. I really like them. I didn't want that gum. I want to use that white gum, but not there, I don't think. I want to get some more color tucked in here. Piece of sedum. That one's really short. Any more zinnias. So really for these, I'm going for a very cheerful, packed with color look. Well, that yarrow fits there. I think it'll fit better here. There we go. And we're going to take up some of this basil, add in here. Partially because it's short stemmed, I don't want to set it too high up. Partially because I don't want it to stick too high above the bouquet. I really like this sprig. Wicked long. If I take this one out and add this one in here. Kind of wiggle it in. Something like that. And then that one looks a little dirty. There's that one. That. Tuck in the white gomphrena. The good thing about the gomphrena is it really doesn't have to be touching the water. Because in reality, it'll just dry down and look exactly the same anyways. So, not as worried about making that one. Touch the water. Maybe I can get this wiggle down through this pocket of stems. One of the things I've heard about bouquets is like when you're sticking in your next flower, especially something with a sturdy stem, like don't be afraid to use it like a pencil. Like really drag that stem down in there. I hate when we get floppy hits. What can I replace that with? We'll see if this one goes a little better in there. My shears to get that one off. I think that looks pretty good. Oh yes, so I took this one in there. Lined up. I think that's gonna be probably as full as she gets. I do want that one to sit with that other basil. Voila. So that's going to be the custom order with the gomph and the sunflowers that will all open up. Just a bright and cheery bouquet. Okay, now I have to cut the stems, band it up, find some flower food, wrap it, and I can deliver this one. Gotta make sure that I tell them. And something I've noticed, sunflowers are just such a dirty plant in the fact that if you put too much water in, like they start to rot up and then they kill the other flowers in the bouquet. So I try to keep the water so it's just barely above where the stems are. Because it just, sunflowers are mean little things. They do not, they're just dirty. Dirty, dirty, dirty. So, usually that's advice I give to whoever purchases the bouquet, to keep the water level a little bit on the lower side when it comes to dealing with sunflowers. Because they are dirty plants. The bouquet that I've done, or the other arrangement I did, so I've done this one just for myself to enjoy. And I keep like I said, I keep the water level relatively low and I change it every day. And we're going on day 4, I think day 4 with this one. And it just looks really good, so pretty Cosmo. But something I would keep in mind then for sunflowers, maybe it's different with pro cuts because these aren't pro cuts, but in my experience, they will dirty the water and it kills all the other plants really fast. So let's get this wrapped up and get it delivered.